Cade McNamara has lived a college football life that doesn't feel real, a career that has crossed eras, programs, rules, and realities. From snow-covered glory in Ann Arbor to injury-filled heartbreak in Iowa City, and now a final chapter in Johnson City. This is not just a football story. This is the story of a quarterback who experienced the entire evolution of modern college football, and somehow is still standing. Before he ever ran out of a Michigan tunnel, Cade McNamara was a star. Born in 2000, raised in Nevada, coached by his father, a former Fresno State outfielder, Cade threw for nearly 13,000 yards and 146 touchdowns in high school. He was the #1 recruit in the state and one of the most sought-after quarterbacks in the country. He chose Jim Harbaugh. He chose Michigan. He chose pressure.
We had expected to see it at some point, and here it is, late second quarter, Cade McNamara in the game at quarterback.
The process of me being a backup to being, the starting quarterback of a successful Michigan team this year is a combination of the way I was raised, the amount of work I've put in, and my teammates.
But in 2021, everything changed. In his first full season as the starter, Cade became the quarterback Michigan had been waiting almost a decade for. He beat Ohio State in a snowstorm, ending the longest drought in the rivalry this century. He won the Big Ten. He took Michigan to its first ever college football playoff, a 12-2 season, only 4 interceptions, and a lifetime of validation. But sports don't freeze in time, and neither does luck. The 2021 Orange Bowl was a collision with reality. Georgia's generational defense suffocated everything. Cade threw 2 interceptions, half his season total, and late in the game, a 5-star freshman named J.J. McCarthy took the huddle. That was it. A quarterback competition no longer felt like a debate. Cade started the opener in 2022, but McCarthy started the next week against Hawaii. Then came the injury. Then came the benching. Then came the portal. This was college football in a new era. Fast, unforgiving, and suddenly built on mobility. Cade transferred to Iowa, a chance to start fresh, to lead again. But the Hawkeye offense, long criticized and often stagnant, didn't offer the spark he needed, and the injuries kept coming. A torn ACL, a concussion, a back injury, 2 seasons, 13 games, and flashes of what could have been swallowed by what never materialized. Finally, he hit the portal again, January 2025. First, Western Kentucky, then 8 days later, East Tennessee State, a program rebuilding under head coach Will Healy. An FCS school, a smaller stage, but for Cade, it wasn't about the lights anymore. It was about playing, competing, finishing something. He entered Johnson City with nearly 5,000 career passing yards and a determination to write one last chapter on his own terms. But football had one more twist to offer. On October 25th against Wofford, Cade suffered a suspected back injury, one that Coach Will Healy said would likely end his season. As he was carted off the field, ETSU turned to the unlikeliest of replacements, his younger brother Jake. Jake McNamara, who had bounced from UTEP to New Mexico State before landing at ETSU, entered the game and led the Bucs to a win. He threw 2 touchdowns and he kept the season alive. One brother sidelined, another brother rising. A family story written on turf in Tennessee. Cade McNamara's career is more than stats, though he has those too. It's a living timeline of college football's strangest, most transformative decade. He was there before NIL existed. He was there when the transfer portal turned into free agency. He was there during the COVID season. Empty stadiums, masks, chaos. He led a team to the college football playoffs before Michigan won a national title. He lived through the Harbaugh evolution, the JJ takeover, and the Connor Stallions fallout. He crossed from the big house to Kinnick to a small FCS program in Johnson City. His story couldn't have happened in 2010, and it won't happen again in 2030. He's a time capsule, a quarterback who experienced every version of modern college football. Cade McNamara didn't get the fairy tale, but he got something rarer: perspective, resilience, a journey that stretched farther than stadiums and scoreboards. And even if this season ends early, his story isn't a tragedy, it's a testament. Because Cade McNamara is still here, he's still fighting, and he's still redefining what it means to finish strong.